Hello and welcome to another episode of Fanboy Talks. My name is Von Hyde and we've got a bunch of news to cover today, so I'm gonna get right into it with the exception of saying, that's my girlfriend right there, if you guys can see her. Yeah, she's gonna sit in on this, so just see if she's looking at me all the time, I guess. So for our first news story of today, we're over on Kotaku. This written by Gita Jackson, or Gita Jackson. Sorry if I said your name wrong. There's a new free-to-start Pokemon game for the Switch. It seems like this game is possibly coming out today. It's called Pokemon Quest. I'm not 100% sure if it came out today or not, just because I saw an article from GameSpot where they talked about it coming out today. I honestly didn't do the journalist thing and actually check up on that. I just kind of took it for face value. Not only is Pokemon Quest supposedly coming for the Switch, it's also supposed to be on the smartphone as well, so that's really awesome. It seems to be a much more, I would say, like, childish version of Pokemon. They're little block Pokemon that look really interesting. It seems really easy to play. You basically just tap when you want to fight. Its region is actually called Tumblecube Island, which is really odd. They're really embracing this whole cube aesthetic, which I think is just weird altogether. I don't know if I really like it, but you get to choose 3 Pokemon to be in your party, and you can customize their attributes accordingly depending on how you want them to battle. It reminds me a lot of a weird, like, Minecraftian, I guess, art style, mixed with the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about this, but it's not the only bit of Pokemon news we've actually got going on today. Our second news story of today is once again written by Gita or Gita. Seriously, I'm going to give up on actually trying to pronounce people's names correctly. This one over on Kotaku, once again, new Pokemon game announced for the Switch, has multiplayer and a Pokeball controller. So, if you guys haven't noticed, all of this Pokemon news is actually coming out of a press conference that they had in Tokyo that literally went live right as I was about to record this video. So I stopped, waited to record it just so I could actually find out what's happening with Pokemon. Nobody yet really has written an article about the third thing, which I will cover in just a second. The Pokemon games that are announced for the Switch are coming out in November. They are Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Yes, if you guys have followed, or I imagine you are following other games YouTubers or just games media in general, it was a rumor that Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu were going to happen. We are once again going back to the Kanto region, which is the original region. You got an original 151 Pokemon, depending on who you count. And it looks like it's also going to link up with Pokemon Go in a really interesting way, where your Pokemon Go Pokemon can be in, like, the Poke Park, I think is what it's called. It's really odd, and there's not a whole lot of details out about this as of recording this, but I'm really excited about this. It looks really, really cool. It's also coming out with the Pokeball Plus, which you can use to catch Pokemon, which is really odd, and then you could put them inside of it and you could take it with you, and there's a little bit of fun that happens where it basically just, it seems like it just has the voice of the Pokemon that is inside the ball and it vibrates. I don't know how I feel about that. Altogether, a lot of really cool stuff is happening with Pokemon right now, especially because our third story, and there is going to be no link for an article on this one, just because it was actually just a tweet that I saw and really didn't feel like, I mean, you can go fucking follow Pokemon if you really want to see the tweet, but they did confirm that a mainline Pokemon RPG is going to be coming out in 2019, so it looks like we are getting these 2 Pokemon games, Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu, on November 16th, I believe, and the third, the actual core game, is going to be slated for late 2019, I would assume November as well. I'm super stoked about all this. As just a normal, like, average Pokemon fan, this is awesome altogether, let alone getting to go back to the Kanto region, getting to possibly choose Eevee as my original Pokemon, because Eevee is one of my favorite Pokemon that there is. I especially love the evolution Jolteon. I think Jolteon's fucking awesome. So I'm super excited about this. Pokemon Quest, I mean, I don't really care about it. That's cool. Didn't like the Mystery Dungeon games either, but Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee look really awesome, and I'm excited to hear what happens with this actual core Pokemon game that is coming out in late 2019. Our next story is over on IGN. It is written by Joe Screbbles. It's Bethesda teasing Fallout announcement. So if you guys are either on Twitch or checking out, if you follow Bethesda on Twitter, you've seen that they have a Please Stand By icon on. They tweeted out a please stand by icon, and on Twitch there is basically just a stream of like 140 people that there's 140 people that are watching this stream that is literally of a Vault Boy just sitting there, a bobblehead just sitting there, and the TV with the please stand by. People are thinking that tomorrow, by the time this airs, so sadly I won't be able to cover it, but if it is a big announcement, I will make sure that I make at least a small video, or follow me on Twitter at Hyde Legion. It seems like people are really taking this to the nth degree. They're really trying to guess what is going to happen with it. Either it seems like the three popular theories are: one, we're going to be getting an entirely new Fallout game; two, it's going to be a remaster of either Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas. Fallout New Vegas being odd because it seems like people are reading into a tweet that Obsidian posted a little while ago saying like weird shit like, how do you know, how can you let somebody down easy, and just weird shit that people are inferring has something to do with Fallout, which I don't necessarily think so, but I guess whatever, you think what you want to think. It's really like a leap in logic to see it having anything to do with Fallout. It might be just a coincidence, whatever, doesn't really matter. Or they think it is the third option being that they think it is just Fallout Shelter being put on possibly the Nintendo Switch, or for the most part just a port for Fallout 4 on Nintendo Switch, which I don't believe will happen. So I will keep you guys updated on this story. Make sure you check out the channel tomorrow. I will be either posting a video, or I will be possibly writing about it on the website, or just tweeting about it. I don't really know what's going to happen on this one, but I'm excited to see what happens because I'm a big Fallout fan. Our next story is over on IGN, this one written by Evan Campbell. It is Sony unveils new limited edition Blue PS4. So for Sony's Days of Play that starts on June 8th and goes till June 18th, I believe, not only is it all about sales, PlayStation Pros are going down to $349, DualShock 4 is only going to be $39.99, there's going to be sales starting on PlayStation exclusive games starting at $19.99 and going up, which I assume they will basically have anything ranging from $19.99 to $49.99. I don't think they would really advertise a sale that's only $5, so I would assume at least 10, which will be pretty sweet, and that will feature games like Horizon Zero Dawn. I would assume Detroit Become Human, possibly, even though it just came out recently, and other games as well. But this limited edition PS4 is dope. It's going to be $300, a 1 terabyte hard drive, and it is basically just a standard hard blue with the square, triangle, X, and circle in gold, and also the DualShock blue controller that's coming with it. It looks like the touchpad also has a little camo of the X, triangle, square, and circle over its touchpad, so that's really cool. I'm excited about this. I'm definitely not gonna pick it up or anything like that. I don't collect consoles. I do, but I don't collect like limited edition consoles, but this one's really cool. And if you guys have the $300 and you're wanting to upgrade to the PS4, or you just, your PS4 is dying or whatever, it doesn't really matter, you can go pick up this one on June 8th. I'm assuming every GameStop's going to have at least 1 to 3 initially, sometimes even like upwards of 10. So make sure you guys check that out on June 8th through the 18th if you guys want to pick up this limited edition PS4. To be honest, I was kind of like depressed, and I thought this video was not going to have a whole lot of news in it because finding stories yesterday, I just really couldn't find anything. Then today, so many cool stories broke. This one over on IGN, written by Damon Hatfield, which is, he's an awesome guy, by the way. If you guys don't watch Game Scoop or listen to it, the podcast, it's fantastic. He makes some really interesting music as well. This is a Megaman 11 release date and amiibo revealed. So the release date being this fall on October 2nd, and not only that, but we get a new amiibo that's going to be compatible with Megaman 11, and it looks like there's going to be a Megaman amiibo edition that's going to be released. Supposedly, it seems that not only is going to include the game, but you are also going to get a Dr. Wily patch for stickers, the amiibo, and you're also going to get a cloth map of all of the robots, all of the like robot masters for this game. It looks really interesting. I'm excited about this. I really think that amiibo is awesome, and the case art for it looks really, really cool, so I'm definitely going to be picking this up on October 2nd. The only thing I think is odd about this article, which I don't really understand, it is at the bottom of it, it says, well, obviously this is going to be releasing for Nintendo Switch, PS4, and Xbox One, but the weird part is he says as soon as we have the full robot lineup, we'll share it here on IGN, but literally the cloth map has 9 robots on it. I'm assuming that's just leaving out a couple, but it seems like that's almost your entire robot lineup, unless they are just taking the picture that's a little bit higher in this article, where it's only 2 of the 9 robots. But really, the cloth map has all 9, so I'm not really sure what that means. These guys, obviously, Damon Hatfield is a big Mega Man fan, and he definitely is going to understand a lot more about Mega Man than I am. Holy shit, I'm going to sneeze. Woo! That was intense. So intense. Our next story, once again on IGN, this one written by Lucy O'Brien. It is PUBG is reportedly suing Fortnite for copyright infringement in Korea. So specifically, it seems like what they're suing them for, or what they have filed the lawsuit for, is the similarities in the interface that they use and the weapon systems that they use as well. Honestly, I don't really think they have a leg to stand on in this, not only because yes, Brennan Green, a player unknown, he did in a way create the battle royale genre, but he was heavily inspired by Battle Royale, a Japanese film, so they could in a way sue him for copyright infringement because they initially had the idea of a bunch of people killing each other. But even then, like, literally anybody could sue for anything because they created the original and everyone else put their own spin on it. So I really don't think they have a leg to stand on in this. I think they honestly just kind of have a hard on for Epic and Fortnite, because not only is Fortnite eating PUBG's lunch when it comes to players, but also streamers and just overall visibility. I mean, honestly, I see like 5 Fortnite stories every day, but I see maybe 1 PUBG story every like 3 days, and the most recent one was them saying that they were going to try harder and optimize PUBG more for PC. So that's honestly, it seems like Epic is just doing a lot better with Fortnite than PUBG Corp and just PUBG in general. So I don't really know what's going to come out of this. I'm not excited to see what comes out of this, because if anything, PUBG wins in this lawsuit that they're filing for copyright infringement. It does not bode well for a lot of things, also including the fact that several companies have made or are making Battle Royale games. So if they're suing Fortnite for copyright infringement, it's very possible that they could sue others and win if they do win this one. And our last story of today is kind of a weird one, kind of a funny in a super dark and weird way. It is over on Kotaku. This one written by Nathan Grayson. It is Valve removes school shooter game from Steam. So this was kind of a weird thing that happened. So basically, dude creates a school shooter game where you can, in a kind of like weird Rainbow Six Siege-esque way, where you could either play SWAT or the school shooter. And this obviously pissed people off, especially with recent events. A lot of people, especially this Nathan Grayson guy, seem to really hate the idea of this game, because at the end of this article, he calls it like a huge pile of dog throw up or dog vomit or some shit like that, which I thought was weird and hilarious that this guy just showed such blatant bias in his own article, but whatever. But a lot of people are actually thinking that Valve removed this because of the outrage, the outcry from people, and it violating any sort of Steam guideline. But actually, it seems like in this article they outline the reason why it was actually removed, and it seems like it was not because of public outrage or it violating any specific guideline, but it was actually because of the creator. The creator of this game initially was on Steam, made several controversial games, and it seems like copywrote several other games, basically just abused Steam and abused Valve's employees and also the customers who use Steam. And so he got removed. He was removed from Steam, and then under a pseudonym came back and developed this new game. He was a troll, is what the rep said, and it seems like he was basically removed because we are not going to do business with people who act like this towards our customers or Valve. So it seems like he wasn't removed because they hated the game or anything like that. None of this was done because people didn't like the game or because Valve had some sort of like issue with it. It seems to be done because this guy fucked up in the past, who was basically just a huge douche, and they don't really want him on Steam anymore. So that's kind of interesting. I'm glad that it wasn't some sort of like huge debate and freedom of speech thing. I mean, it was, but not really. I don't think a whole lot of people cared. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. As with this article, every other article is down in the description, so you guys can check those out. That's it for me today. If you guys like this video, make sure you click the like button. Make sure you subscribe for more upcoming content. I post 3 times a week about games news, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And also, I'm going to be starting to write articles on the website. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter at Hyde Legion to get updates on all of the things this channel and also the articles that I will be writing. Yeah, that's it. I hope you guys have a fantastic day.